Hi, I often talk with customers about reducing their internet exposure for externally presented applications and services. But today, I quickly want to show you the level of internet exposure a client endpoint can have when working remotely. But I also want to show you how we can limit this exposure by introducing network security scanning using Cato's Network SASE-based architecture. What we'll do is we'll enforce all client communications through the Cato's central cloud security service, and that will give us the visibility and the enterprise-grade security tools to hopefully prevent malicious activities. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do an internet exposure assessment on my particular client. So I'm running this client without being connected to the Cato cloud. So effectively, I've got limited security apart from the default Windows 10 security that's included. And as you see, we'll start to go through a number of tests. We'll start to look at certain blocked websites, maybe it's embargoed countries, for example, or whether there's a website with malicious malware, for example. You'll also see that we're detecting whether there are viruses in encrypted traffic. A lot of traffic on the internet today is mainly encrypted. And so we're obviously investigating that, unencrypting it and checking to see if it's malicious or not. Good, okay, so 13 fails, no passed, not a very good outlook. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect my client to the Cato VPN. So what this is doing is connecting my client into the Cato SASE architecture. And so from there, all my client traffic will be, or internet-based traffic will be directed through the Cato cloud. So let me run the assessment again. So as we get started now, we will hopefully see that the Cato cloud and the security within the cloud is going to scan the traffic for malicious activity and will start to block that activity as we go along. So as you can see, the URL filtering is doing its job within Cato. Also, the malware detection within TLS inspection. Again, we're blocking malware within RAR and zip files, which are all encrypted. And so we go through all the threat prevention. We're preventing cross-site scripting. We're stopping botnet callbacks to known servers, phishing attacks, and again, malicious websites. So good. So there you go. We have 13 passed security assessment tests. And that's all going through the Cato SASE cloud. But I hear some of you saying that this isn't new. And you're right, many of the components are not new. We've had malware scanning, we've had intrusion prevention, we've had all of the different components, but they have all been sort of point products. But instead of that sort of traditional architecture, which is forcing clients to SaaS or cloud applications down, maybe latency increased links to the data center, what we're actually doing is we're consolidating all the security tools by scanning the traffic only once. We're simplifying the management, we're giving you better visibility, and we're effectively bringing that security closer to the user because they are actually accessing the cloud. They don't need to access the data center anymore now that they're working from these remote locations. So hopefully that gave you a good understanding of how Cato Cloud's SASE architecture can actually increase your security and reduce your internet exposure to your endpoints.